So, this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I don't know how this is going to go, but I was doing a run earlier today, and I just thought I found something that was like a really good example of making it so that, you know, it really demonstrates how your mistakes add up in this speed game. And it was this 1-6 I'm about to show right here. This is unscripted, by the way. I'm just kind of going to go with my thoughts as I say them, so we'll see how this goes. But you'll see here that I get a really weird start to this 1-6. So usually on 1-6 you let a guy go to the mower so that you can get your sunflowers up and you can get a mower kill later on, and it's great. It's pretty unlikely for guys to keep on spawning in that lane because it's less likely for zombies to spawn in rows where they've just spawned recently. But as you can probably guess, that starts to happen, and it happens again. This is a bit finicky. I can only go up by 30 seconds, but so I get 3 zombies in the same lane back to back, so I can use the same pea shooter twice, and that just gives me a ton of sun. So this is looking like a really good start. And then I get a cone here, which is very nice, and then I get a Volta bottom row, which I decided to pea shooter. I then kind of regret this decision, but ends up being alright in hindsight. This is definitely not the mistake. So by pea shooting this guy, he can then go to the mower, and then I'll cherry bomb the scripted Volta that will appear next wave, which is here. I could have used the mower there, but I figured that I should. What am I trying to say? This is the danger of doing unscripted content. I figured that I needed to cherry bomb then if I wanted to get my cherry bomb back for the huge wave, and the lawnmower can be used later on. And you may have just caught the big mistake. So, wave 7 happens. I cherry bomb this wave, and I realised I was not paying attention to this walnut and the recharge of the walnut. So, I was too preoccupied with trying to get this mower going. I was digging up everything here, but I wasn't paying attention to the walnut recharge. And so what's important is that the walnut recharge is 30 seconds long, and it takes 40 seconds for someone to eat a walnut whole. So that means when your walnut comes off recharge, you have 10 seconds before the walnut dies. And so I can look at my segment timer over here, and just see, so we'll see in a second, when the walnut recharges up. So here, I know now that it's at 203.7 this walnut will die, and so I need to be spam clicking there to restore it. But I wasn't paying attention to that. I was too preoccupied with this guy. And so I don't actually know when this walnut came off recharge. So I just start spam clicking now because I know it's low health. But then the next wave spawns, and it's a really, really mean wave. And so I need to pea shoot to this guy as soon as I can, because I need to do it to get this wall in any fast time at all. So I have to make a decision. I need to gamble on the fact that this walnut was pretty high health when I noticed it, and pea shooter now. Or I can wait a little bit, and it might be really high health, and I'm spam clicking here. And I just end up losing a ton of time. So what I do is I end up doing that, but I do it at just the wrong moment. So now I've lost this mower. And when you use a lawnmower, the next 2 waves, nobody will spawn there. And so this wave is obviously going to be pretty slow. And I mean, this is out of my control. Like, this was always going to be slow, no matter if I did that mistake or not. But what really matters is the next 2 waves. This can still be a fast level. It can still be a good level. Now, both of my mines get used up. If I didn't have Manip here, then maybe, it might not be the case, but maybe one of these mines would have lived. And now we get to wave 9. Wave 9, you have to kill every single zombie on the screen to progress into the next wave. And a conehead spawns here, where one of my mines was. So, if wave 8, this mine lived, because the zombie spawned up here, then that would have been great. I would have been able to get this wave 9 instantly, and this would be a super fast level. Alternatively, if the guy spawned up here on wave 9 instead, like both mines are still used, but this guy spawned here, where there's currently manip, then I would have been able to use that lawnmower and, again, instantly activate wave 9. Now I have to kill this conehead, starting from 0 pea shooters. And so, what was going to be a very fast level ends up being a 3-minute, 12-second run, 12-second level. Which, 3-minute 11, maybe, actually. Okay, 3:11, whatever. But a very slow level, and you can see the time loss. 30 seconds behind best, and went from -1, like a very good 1.5 exit, to a passable 1.6 exit, but not brilliant. And I was initially, if I turn my thoughts on, it was such a good start as well. What went wrong? Well, I know what went wrong. I initially just blame RNG. Because I'm like, wave 9 went wrong, that's obviously what went wrong. And wave 7, yeah. I'm like, yeah, wave 7. And then wave 8 left me with no mines, which made wave 9 worse. Yeah. I'm kind of figuring it out now in my head. Because that cone did spawn where I previously had a mine. Yeah, last 3 waves are definitely unfavourable. I also missed the walnut. I forgot about that. That is actually a misplay on my part. I should have been keeping track more closely of how close that walnut was, and then pea shooted immediately as I saw the cone and then went back to spam the walnut. But because I was unsure of when it needed to be refreshed, I was preoccupied with spam walnut, but I really needed to start damaging the cone, so I had to abandon that, and then just as I abandoned that. So actually that was a misplay by me, entirely though. Because if I had that, then I wouldn't have had a nip on that one row. And so maybe the cone would have spawned there instead, or maybe one of the mines would have survived. So yeah, that was entirely on me, actually. Like, yeah, the spawns didn't help, but the only reason they were unhelpful is because of my mistake. So, yeah, I think that's just a really interesting bit of something to showcase just how your mistakes add up in this game. And I just wanted to share that, because like, I know if I just post the 1.6 on YouTube, I wouldn't be able to, like, a lot of people wouldn't understand exactly what went wrong, so I wanted to explain it. So, I don't know, maybe this video was fun, I don't know. It's new, experimental.